right, welcome back to the party, everybody. Where's my microphone? Welcome back. Oh my goodness. I am your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. It is a Tuesday night, but I figured we had to chat about this. We had to chat about it. And you may have seen that. Oh, let me make sure we are all good. You may have seen that Steven Crowder put out a new change my mind, and pretty interesting, but kind of a little bit of the same old. But I want to show one of the specific people that sat down because it is interesting. We're also trying something new. I don't know where you are watching this from, but we are both currently on the landscape stream and the vertical stream, so whichever one you like better, go for it. All right, so let's dive into the video. As always, please do hit that like button. Where are we here? All right, let's do it. So I'm not gonna be here for too long tonight. I want to test out this feature, and and I wanted to show this woman, but not a full stream. But let's do it. As always, if you cannot hear the video, please do let.
It makes me a little apprehensive to continue speaking with you.
Oklahoma University.
Do this. They always change the settings with the subtitles. I had it how I wanted it. Background 100, 0, no 100. Yeah, and then we want the font color is white. Window. Nope. Oh, Jesus. But you see how font, there we go. Nice and clear. All right. Let's do it.
Home of the Sooners and the location for the latest installment of Change My Mind.
Shout out to Monkey of Zealandia. Welcome to the party. You said you started on 101 seconds ago. Yeah, we just started. Oh, sorry, I forgot I didn't have my mic here. What's that in hours? Not a lot. Let's get the chat up there. Okay, so interesting. Something to note when you guys chat, it shows in both. So I'm getting double the chat. So as you can see, if I have a little bit issue keeping up, then we're trying something new. All right, welcome to the party. Let's dive back in.
Series where we reason through our positions on controversial topics, which today is deport all illegals. That's right, all. And as you can imagine, it inspired some inspired acts. Of course, none of them had any intention of sitting down and, talking.
Take that off there.
It's much easier to yell racist and scurry off. Of course, they didn't necessarily represent the majority. There were plenty of students who did want to sit down for some face-to-face time. So many, in fact, that we couldn't begin to get to all of them. Plenty of them were genuinely productive conversations. Others were not.
My mom is French Canadian. My woman is Latina.
Your woman?
My woman, my lady, my missus.
Belongs to you.
Yep, that's what a marriage
let
is.
me know in the comments which kind of conversation do you prefer watching in this series. Hit the like button while you're at it. We are funded and supported entirely by viewers like you. Thank you for those that do. Now on with Deport All Illegals.
Let's do it.
Change my mind.
Shout out to Crewfest. Where are we? Welcome to the party. Very good to see you. We also got Dixie Insider. Welcome. Very, very, very good to see you guys. As you notice, I may be, instead of using this one, I may be jumping back and forth from this and from this, because we are live both vertical and landscape. I am very glad that you guys are here. I don't know if you saw this change my mind, but exactly, Monkey. Why is it even a question? It's not even all. Of course, if it was all immigrants or something, then that's a very different question. People came here legally and all that stuff. But illegals, absolutely.
I don't bite. If you don't mind moving a little, you can face forward, but I got to hold the mic up because we've had people try and run off with the mic too, so I got to hold it.
Okay.
What's your name, by the way?
My name is Savannah.
Savannah, nice to meet you, Savannah. Let me ask you, how familiar are you, if at all, with kind of this installment, this series?
Not at all, actually.
Okay.
I didn't know that you would be here today until I saw the signs around campus, and then yeah,
Okay.
I think one of my friends Googled you and found out that you were 38, but that's it.
Oh, okay. Well, at least I got it right, because I also said I own a waterfront ocean Dallas waterfront property,
don't
which
we
doesn't even
all
make
wish?
sense. Yeah, it's not possible. So let me explain to you kind of, just so we're not talking past each other, let me first tell you kind of what it's not. It's not gotcha, scoring points, dunking, clips.
Oh, don't worry. She will wholeheartedly be dunked on. She will wholeheartedly be dunked on. Don't you worry.
Which I know we see a lot online. This was actually created about a decade ago to be sort of the anti-cable news, where people can actually have conversations that you don't see in media, where hopefully they're done in good faith, and it's, of course, used in its entire context. We never edit it out of context. So, and obviously, however you want to have the conversation, that's up to you, but I just want you to know where I'm coming from.
Yeah, it's fine.
And the
I'm
topic-
here for a constructive conversation.
Okay.
I don't think that I can change your mind, and I don't think that you can change my mind, although
Well, I mean, at least, when we're talking about being able to change people's minds, we know that sitting there in a situation like that, you're not likely to change someone's mind very well. But the purpose of that is always for the audience, for us, for someone else that maybe thought that this girl, let's say that they see that this was at their school and they just want to see it for that. They tune in, then their mind is changed.
I'd like to see you try it.
That's fair. Well, you're sitting down to change my mind, so.
Pretty confident for somebody who don't know nothing about nothing.
But we'll see. Sometimes people are surprised. So today's conversation, yep, wholesale, I support deporting all illegal aliens in this country, certainly in 2025. I think it's imperative for a multitude of reasons. And if you disagree, you're more than welcome to change my mind, Savannah.
Okay, well, how do you feel about the ways that current deportations are being handled across the country?
Support it.
You support, like, the racial profiling and possibly the arrest of U.S. citizens?
Well, first of all, there's no U.S. citizens being arrested. You might be detained in the process of trying to figure out, do you actually belong here? That's just called the law. Is it fun? No, but that's the way it works.
So I don't know of a single U.S. citizen who's been deported.
No, I didn't say deported. I said
Shout out to the madman. Welcome to the party. Said deport. Yeah, we gotta get rid of them. Guys, if you could do me a huge favor and remember to hit that like button on your way in, it helps very, very much. Thank you. Let's do this.
U.S. citizen who's been deported.
No, I didn't say deported. I said being detained because
Sure.
their citizenship is being questioned.
Well, let me ask you this. If someone matches the profile, for example, of a hit and run, and you're detained and questioned, and they find out it's not you, is that a violation of your rights?
No, but the deportations that are happening across the country are going a little more deeper than that. And unfortunately, that seemed to be very
A little more deeper or a little deeper?
across the country are going a little more deeper than that. And unfortunately, that seemed to be a very surface level example.
Sure, I understand why you would say that. And if that was the only way we're deporting people, sure, I don't have a problem with it. But it's not. So let me ask you, are you against all of the methods of deporting people right now? Like, how do you think we should do it?
Well, that's actually the question I had for you, considering that you're hosting this event. How do you think that deportations across the country should be handled?
I just told you that he's very happy with it. You just asked him, how do you feel about it? Are you okay with it? And he said, yes. Now she's going to try to get to, well, what about these people that got deported or those people that got deported? Yes, mistakes are mistakes, and they are not what we are asking for. But mistakes are always going to happen. And especially when the government is doing something, that's why we want people to self-deport. Guys, please also remember that we have the Morty Fund, the Morty Memorial Fund. He is all well and good. But we had a conversation with the vet, and that will not be the case forever. So if you would like to donate, we are over $200 on the Morty Fund. And then, of course, the rest of the stream goal works as it always does. Every donation comes with a treat for him. And if we hit the goal, every $2 is a push-up for me. What do we got here? Monkey said, I'm stupid. Now explain to me why I'm stupid. Well, ma'am, you are stupid. That's all. Yep. Shout out to section 230. Welcome to the party. So she literally claims citizens got deported, which absolutely never happened. There was never a citizen that was deported. There was people who were not supposed to be deported who were deported. But again, he's addressing it. We're addressing it. Real quick, guys, can you give me a how are the I'm still working on this soundboard thing. Is it whatchamacallit? Is it echoing?
Shut up! Emotional damage. Another one.
Echo or no echo?
Considering that you're hosting this event, how do you think that deportations across the country should be handled? Because when I think of deportations, I'm thinking of the mass roundups that have been happening, and then the detainment, I forget what it's called, alligator Alcatraz or something, that was in Florida.
Yeah, alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah, so that's what I think. So I was just wondering how you think that the deportation should be handled.
Yeah, alligator Alcatraz was for some of the worst offenders, violent offenders.
Hey, shout out to HR Death Poet. Welcome to the party. Very good to see ya. I was waiting to see who somebody's gonna say. I just got out of the shower, so my hair's all frizzy. Is that what you're talking about, or am I being self-conscious? And we're talking about the video itself. You said the look, but the one thing I am frustrated is that for my vertical viewers, I'll be at full screen. It's frustrating that Charlie Kirk was able to do this with thousands of people around. Yep, see, showing my own self-consciousness. Charlie Kirk was able to do this with thousands and thousands of people around, and the sound was perfect. Yet the whole video looks great. Like my video, or like the stream itself. I'm looking on my thing, and it looks normal to me. Anybody else? Are you just So are you just talking about my video, or are you talking about the video? Let me know. Oh yeah, that's because I'm just on my laptop, so I just got my regular built-in thing. Just want to hang out with you guys, and didn't feel like setting up the whole thing. So yep, the floopy Jesus. It always gets so frizzy, and then I gotta put some stuff into it, and it'll get better. But it was greasy AF, so I need to wash it. All right, diving back in.
Alcatraz or something, that was in Florida.
Yeah, alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah, so that's what I think.
Yeah, I understand why people would be like, alligator Alcatraz, why do we need to do that? These people are just not, they don't belong here, but we don't need to punish them further. Like, they just need to be gone. I can understand that argument, and I don't even really love the notion of alligator Alcatraz. I like the idea that we're saying, don't come here because, it can get really bad. But I feel like it's a little bit more punitive than it needs to be. And if for nothing else, then the normies are going to hear that and think, dun, 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 worst thing ever.
Alligator Alcatraz or something, that was in Florida.
Yeah, alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah, so that's what I think. So I was just wondering how you think that the deportation should be handled.
Yeah, alligator Alcatraz was for some of the worst offenders, violent offenders. Let me ask you this, before we get to that, do you believe that we should deport illegal aliens?
I think it's a very situational occurrence.
Okay.
I find myself disagreeing with the mass deportations that are happening, which is why I wanted to come here today and ask you what your definition of illegal is and who fits that criteria.
Someone who's come to this country illegally.
Yeah, pretty basic. If you're not supposed to be here and you don't have the paperwork to be here, then you are illegally here.
Anyone.
So anyone who doesn't have paperwork.
Yeah, anyone who's in this country illegally, who committed the crime, the misdemeanor of coming to this country illegally, or visa overstays, which make up a percentage that, I think it's pretty clear. I don't think that that's one of those scenarios where it's gray. You're either a legal citizen or you're not. So I support deporting all illegal aliens at this point.
The law of non-contradiction. You can't be kind of a citizen or kind of illegal. You're either here legally or you're not.
Which ones would you support deporting? I guess would be my question to you. And then how should we do that?
Well, the question really comes back to how we go about deporting necessarily. So
Okay.
I think, because I mean, ultimately, there has to be a solution. There's a solution for everything, especially in politics and things like that.
Sometimes.
I would like to say so. I would like to say that there would ultimately be a solution here.
Yeah.
So.
But do you mean a solution that you're okay with, or do you mean it? Because sometimes the solution is not a pretty one.
Yeah.
Well, I was raised.
This is our solution. Get rid of these people, send them to Alligator Alcatraz, and even if not, just send them home. Just send them home.
By Southern people.
Okay.
So we think that, what's it called? Oh, you know that.
Hold on. She said something so wild it broke the video.
Because sometimes the solution is not a pretty one.
Well, I was raised by Southern people. So we think that, what's it called?
Everybody's
you know that
here.
you come to a good conclusion when both parties feel like they're being screwed over.
Yeah, compromise is when no one's happy,
Yes.
something like that. That's how we say it in the Northeast, but same thing, yeah.
Yes.
You're much more polite in the South. I was raised by French Canadians, horrible people, but same sentiment.
So it's interesting that you say that you were raised by French Canadians. And I mean, does that also...
It seems like she's trying to bring it back to, oh, you must think this way because of the way you were raised. Which is, I mean, I not out of, that's not crazy, but it seems like she's honing in on something that's not there. Monkey said, when people say we think, I just say I think. There you go. Individual. Be an individual. Section said she thinks quite highly of herself, not nearly as intelligent as she happens to find herself. She thinks she's psychoanalyzing it. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. Spot on.
Canadians. And I mean, does that also... It's interesting to think that you're raised by French Canadians, yet you still support deporting all illegal.
Why is that interesting?
Because...
It's not interesting.
You would think that if you're being raised by someone who isn't from this country, maybe you would have a more open mindset.
See, I told you she's going straight for. Oh, it must be because of this. Shout out to Blake. Welcome to the party. So the problem is toxic femininity and toxic empathy, and it comes out apathetic because they have a savior complex to feed their narcissism. Boom, spot on. And yeah, that's the heart of it, that she's working backwards from, of course, we need illegal immigrants here because X, Y, and Z, whatever, her training is, and then working backwards from that. It's sad, but spot on. This is how these people think.
That if you're being raised by someone who isn't from this country, maybe you would have a more open mindset.
Oh, I think I have a very open mindset. I was born in Detroit, and my dad's American. My mom is French Canadian. She now lives in the States. She's very proud, has gone through the process, loves America, speaks the language, pays taxes, contributes. My woman is Latina.
Your woman?
My woman, my lady, my missus.
She belongs to you.
Yeah, she likes, I don't know if you know these Latina women, they love a little bit of possessiveness, but I say it as a term of endearment. She went through the naturalization process. I fell in love with her when I saw a picture of her with her. She was actually going through the process. A picture for the Statue of Liberty and a MAGA flag that she had. And both of them actually are far more aggressive than I am in deporting illegal aliens because they appreciate the citizenship. They appreciate.
Yep, my parents are immigrants. I'm a first-generation American, and as much as I hate it, I don't have the personal experience with what it took to become a citizen of this country. And so, my parents are way more. I mean, again, in principle, it's bad, but that's all it is to me. It's a principle. I haven't had that personal experience, and they have.
Being a part of this great country. So I don't really think that that's inconsistent. As a matter of fact, I think it's the rule, not the exception. But going back to the question, who would you deport then? Who would you deem acceptable? What's your term as far as, I guess if you disagree with the legal definition of an illegal alien, and then how would we do it?
Unfortunately, you just asked me like 3 questions.
Okay.
Which one would you like?
Well, I mean, no, it was pretty basic. It was what should we do and how should we do it? That's pretty basic. Blake said, I also find it ironic that the same party that in the 1860s were saying, who's going to pick my cotton, It's now saying who's going to pick my strawberries. Yep. And it's funny because what's her name? Kelly Osbourne got in trouble for this like 10 years ago when Donald Trump was first on the scene, and we're talking about building the wall and all that. And she's, who's going to clean your toilet, Donald Trump? And everybody was like, hey, oh, whoa, that's not the only thing that Mexican people can do. And yet they say it over and over and over and over again. The hypocrisy is never ending.
Who should be deported, and how should we do it?
I guess I've never considered who I would deport if I was king of the world. Which one?
So then how is it that you are so confident that things are being done wrong if you've never thought about how things would be done right? Make that make sense. So again, guys, I am planning on just covering this chick here, but if you guys donate, we can keep the party raging.
Which people would I get rid of first, I guess? Well, I mean, if we go way back in history, because obviously if we don't study history, then we're doomed to repeat it.
Sure.
So now we've got the filibuster. Well, back in history, there were things and stuff, so give me some time to think about this.
If we're talking about the colonial era and how, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492 and all of those things, my question would be, who can be illegal on stolen land?
Oh, stolen land! Oh, the stolen land! It's so you would think that if this was your primary concern, then before you had gotten down here, before we were talking about alligator Alcatraz, you would have brought up the fact that this is stolen land, so nobody can be illegal or whatever. But no, you're just jumping from thing to thing to thing to thing. What exactly do we think that, yes, shout out to King Nirvana. Welcome to the party. Yes, StreamYard has added a thing where we have the vertical stream and the landscape. So whichever one you like, you can do. The only problem with the vertical stream is that I love this setup for the regular stream, but it doesn't show as well. And I have this, but on the landscape, then your comments block it, and it looks kind of goofy. How much, if you're on the landscape, tell me how much you hate this setup. Is it not that bad, or what do we think? Because I'd love to be able to have one that works for both, but I know how it is. Blake said I watched the whole thing, and she's really the only combative one. The other guys actually have their eyes open a little bit because he goes into things that they didn't think about. Yeah, so if you guys would like to see that, just hit up the Morty fun, and we will do it. All right, so let's keep it like this then. Let's try it out a little bit.
Things. My question would be, who can be illegal on stolen land?
Oh, okay. So you're saying that no one is here legally?
Well, no, I'm not saying that no one's here legally. I'm saying, how can people be illegal on land that didn't belong to them in the first place?
So who does the land belong to? And I still do want to get to the point here where you said there's a solution to everything. To do that, you do have to live in the real world, obviously. And right now it's 2025, and you have a disagreement with deportation. You said, well, I don't think we can do it. I don't remember your words, wholesales. We need to determine who. So I think it's a fair question to say, who should be deported, and how would you do it? The solution isn't going to be this is all.
And again, pretty basic thing. Section 230 said, I'm super duper smart, even smarter than you, but now that you asked me multiple questions, I've reached my intelligence quota for the day and having a system error. Wokey breaks down. Hey, shout out to Shelly. Welcome to the party. Oh, so sweet. Thank you. So very, very much, and welcome to the party. Yep, she's in for it.
Stolen land and give it back. I don't know if you've been to a Native American reservation lately. I don't think anyone would like that. And I don't think that's what they're asking for either. But who would you deport, and how would you do it? And then we can see where we differ.
Unfortunately, I don't think that anyone should be deported unless maybe someone's being extradited back to a country of origin.
Okay.
So
That's
saying
what
if
that means. That's exactly what that is. What did you think we were talking about?
Maybe someone's being extradited back to a country of origin.
Okay.
So saying if someone has committed a crime and maybe the UK or something, maybe they, the people who robbed, what's it called, the Louvre, and they stole all the crowns and tiaras.
Yeah, I know. I still can't believe that happened. You're like, how do you not catch these people?
It was like an Ocean's 11.
It really was.
What?
But I would say, unfortunately, I don't think that anyone deserves to be reported unless they're being extradited back to their country of origin because they are committing crimes in their country of origin and they are escaping because...
So if you're committing crimes in your country of origin, you have to go back. But if you come here and commit crimes here, then you're totally fine to stay. What? What? Public shaming isn't right. Blake said, imagine someone breaking into your house and the worst thing you do is give them a ride home and actually pay for them to go home. You buy the Uber. You buy the Uber. And then you got this chick. You got this chick. Where am I? Oh, on both I can point down. All right. And this chick is like, how dare you? Meanwhile, there's nobody in her house. And if there was, she'd call the cops. Make it make sense. Exactly, Shelley.
I would say, unfortunately, I don't think that anyone deserves to be reported unless they're being extradited back to their country of origin because they are committing crimes in their country of origin and they are escaping because they don't want to face imprisonment.
What if they're committing crimes here?
I think that...
What is this? What is the pause? If they're committing crimes here and they are not here legally, what even is the argument? What even is the argument?
I think that the term that comes to mind is that America is a country, a third world country with a Gucci belt. So if we have enough funding...
Which professor told you that one? What? Oh my God. The level of what? I cannot imagine being this ignorant about a subject and then sitting down at a table where everything's all professional and set up and there's all these cameras and everything. Be like, yeah, I got this. Insane. Death Note said, anyone committing crime faces punishment. It's that simple. It's that simple. 730 said the pause is that she knows she's trapped and is picking her brain for a talking point. Yep. Ignorant overload. Oh, too much.
As a country, a third world country with a Gucci belt. So if we have enough funding to say maybe deport all of these illegal people, then why don't we have enough money to fix our justice system?
Yeah, and this is one of the things where people just move the goalposts or present a red herring. I do want to stay on topic. I think we need to fix the justice system as well. But
yeah, that would be an interesting conversation. But something tells me that you're not smart enough to have that conversation either.
Going to this, you see there's a solution for everything. Illegal aliens not only commit crimes, and that's why I brought it up at a much higher rate than native-born citizens. They also cost the taxpayer $150 to $450 billion a year. It is a serious problem, and obviously you know about our debt, our deficit. So how do we deal with this problem? Or it sounds to me like you're saying you wouldn't even deport people who've come here illegally, that's a crime, and are committing extra crimes while here. You wouldn't deport them?
No, yeah. I mean, if they're committing crimes at home, well, then they've got to go back home. But if they commit crimes here, well, you know, who cares? Who cares? Shelley said in a real third world country, she would not be allowed to have that as an opinion. Well, I mean, I don't. Let's not even go that far because I highly doubt the government in some of these third world shitholes would actually be able to enforce something that you said. While this is on camera, on the internet, all that stuff. But point is, yeah, this notion that America is a third world country with a Gucci belt, number one, doesn't mean anything. That's not a what does that mean? What is the Gucci belt? What's the third world part? You're just saying things. Shout out to Radical Sobriety. Welcome to the party with the new profile picture. Very good to see ya. How are we doing?
People who've come here illegally, that's a crime, and are committing extra crimes while here. You wouldn't deport those people?
No, I don't think I would, actually. I think that the prison system here in America is well equipped to maybe handle the reformation of those citizens. But I think that when your only option is to escape a country, when you're seeking political asylum, it's not necessarily the easiest thing in the entire world to
Nobody said it was easy. Did nobody say it was easy?
Obtain citizenship before you go to the country that you want to be in.
Yeah, but why are they entitled to go to any country they want?
Well, because it's hard.
Why is anyone entitled to live in it?
Well, all countries, I don't know if you're aware, like they all have borders and they all have laws,
Yes,
and becoming a citizen.
I'm aware that
Mexico
countries
is
have
far, actually, we have one of the most lenient policies out there. In Mexico, you can't even own waterfront property.
Well, yeah, in Mexico, that you can't own guns either, and that's where the cartel has a lot of control.
That's a good point.
I mean, yeah, that is a good point, but what does it have to do with any of this?
It's true. You disarm the citizens, you end up emboldening the worst of society. And a lot of those people, I'm sure you know this, are invigorated and emboldened by the human trafficking that goes on. Even people coming here seeking a better life, they have to go through coyotes, and a lot of them don't make it here. There are more slaves on Earth. If we go that route of open borders, there are more slaves on Earth now than ever in human history. Did you know that?
Well, yes, I did.
Yeah, and a big part of them are sex slaves. And they thrive under open borders policies. Sorry, the sun?
It's the sun reflecting off of that
It's the sun reflecting, or it's you deflecting?
car. Sorry, it just like got me.
Which, damn car, mine's cocky SOB over there. I don't know who's driving it, but
It's okay.
so yeah, it would be incumbent upon you, because it's not as though there's no net loss if it's $150 to $450 billion a year to the American taxpayer. Make the case to the struggling American right now who's paying taxes out the wazoo, that someone who comes here pays no taxes, shares nothing in common with the culture, language, commits crimes, according to your definition here, should still be allowed to stay and be supported by their tax dollars.
What if she was like, well, actually, and laid out this brilliant plan that for some reason we never saw it, and she's like, wow, that's interesting. Put a one in the chat if you think that's going to happen.
That case, because that actually is, if we're going to come up with a solution, you need to make that case. Those are the people who are voting.
It's very interesting that you've mentioned multiple times about speaking the language. It's almost as if you demean people for not being fluent in English.
It's almost like that's not a bad thing. It's almost like assimilating into the place where you're saying, please, oh, please, oh, please, let me come into your house. And then, we don't wear shoes here. Yeah, well, you're demeaning people that wear shoes in the house. Yeah.
I'm curious to see are you fluent in the language that your lady spoke?
So I speak French.
Yes.
She speaks Portuguese, Spanish, and English.
Yes.
But she hates it when people are here in this country and don't speak English. And my mom is French, and she hates it when people here don't speak English, because my mom came here from. Well, it's an irrelevant question. So let's have you answer one question, just one.
I have said
so you
that
wouldn't deport criminals. So let me ask you this: why should the American taxpayer keep footing the bill for current criminals who are also illegal aliens? Those are the people who are affected.
Well, it's almost as if that you're insinuating that illegal citizens do not pay taxes at all.
It's almost like maybe you're making some kind of, I know you're not exactly saying this, but it's a similar thing to maybe you're saying that illegals should be deported. I don't know. Like I said, how dare you accuse her of actually using reason and logic to make her argument? I know. I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt, but surely failed there.
It's almost as if that you're insinuating that illegal citizens do not pay taxes at all, because you can receive employment here in the United States. There's a little checkbox that you have to put on job applications.
I didn't say that, but go ahead with this trail. I never said that none of them pay taxes.
Well, it's interesting the way that you phrase it, because it's almost insinuating that illegal citizens don't pay taxes.
And again, going back to, it's almost as if you are insinuating that maybe, perhaps, in a different, like, just say the thing. How is it that I say that so often? Just say the thing. How are people so bad at just saying the thing? Section 230 said she gets mad. He's possessive of. She gets mad that he's possessive of his woman because absolutely zero men want to be possessive of her. You're a woman? How dare you? Yeah, how dare you? Shout out to Infamous Luigi. Welcome to the party. I think 90 is giving her the benefit of the doubt. I mean, I would say closer to 70, but welcome to the party.
I'd say it's interesting the way you interpret it, because what I said is they cost the American taxpayer $150 to $450 billion. Now I could tell you provide you the reference if you want to.
Again, guys, if you would like to keep the party raging and cover the other people, please do hit up that Morty fund. We don't know how long he is going to last, but hopefully when he does, that I will be able to send in those donos. Very, very, very much appreciated. Well, there you go. There you go. If you're going to be nice to animals, let's get Morty a treat. Blake said, I honestly wish they would come out and say that they're pro-slave labor and quit with the semantic BS. Well, the thing is, again, now you're giving them too much credit. Now you're giving them too much credit because they haven't thought about it far enough to understand that what they're advocating for is specifically slavery. They don't understand that. They've gotten as far as, oh, well, it's mean to say you must go somewhere else. That's the depth of this. That's the depth of this. Shout out to Tag. Welcome to the party. Said, liked and shared. Oh my goodness, thank you so very much. You guys know how much that stuff helps, and it is free, it is easy, and it doesn't even matter if you think anybody click on the link that you shared just by telling X or YouTube that you want more people to see it. They will show it to more people. Welcome. Let's dive right back in.
150 to 450 billion. Now I could tell you, provide you the reference if you want to take these with you so you don't have to take my word for it, that there's about that's including the 17% offset of taxes that are paid from illegal aliens. So even including that number, it's 150 to 450 billion dollars. Whether they all pay taxes or very few of them pay taxes is irrelevant. It's a net cost. There'd be no way of tracking it.
It's irrelevant.
150 to 450 billion. Why should Americans pay for it?
I'm finding that your argument is very circular. So realistically,
the argument is people are not here legally, thus we should get rid of them. And then you brought up taxes, and it's like, okay, well, I mean, some pay taxes, but that's a different thing. And yet he's giving a circular argument? That I must not know what a circular argument is.
I'm finding that your argument is very circular. So realistically, I'm realizing that there is no way to change your mind unless you are willing to break the cycle that is your circular argument.
Right. Okay, so what would break that is...
What's the circle? Tell me what the circle is then.
About the language that I speak privately with my woman in my house.
Well, I mean... You referenced earlier that I was moving the goalpost. I'm a social work major here at the University of Oklahoma.
Fantastic.
I'm sorry?
I said fantastic. Good. Thank you for the work.
I am just trying to understand where your opinion comes from because that's what we do.
Sure.
Social science is understanding how you can... Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Section 230. Just because her brain is spinning doesn't mean the argument is circular. Boom. Got him. If Miss Luigi says she thinks his argument is circular because she's thinking about pizza. Oh, my goodness. Savagery, gentlemen.
Social science is understanding how...
You can bat it around like a cat toy. Just don't take it with you.
Yeah, it's very tempting. I should have you sign it on the side. But I apologize. I got derailed there for a second. But social science is based on understanding...
Wait. So you had a point and you were moved off that point? I am very... surprised. Hey, shout out to Bomb Tech. Bam, 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 with the $1 make you holler. Come and get your treat, Morty. Come here. Yeah. All right, we got to do this so I can get him on. Come here. There we go. This is the Morty of the Morty Fund. He is old. Eat it, dummy. Yeah. He is old. He is, we're doing okay right now. But they don't last forever. He is 15 years old and he's got some heart issues. So thank you so very, very much. Look at him. Every dollar really does count. Thank you. So very, very much, sir. All right. And of course, that makes you the new sponsor of the stream. So let's dive right back in. Thank you, sir. Very, very much.
Bat it around like a cat toy. Just don't take it with you.
Yeah, it's very tempting. I should have you sign it on the side. But I apologize. I got derailed there for a second. But social science is based on understanding where your opinion comes from.
Sure.
And it takes a certain amount of intelligence to understand why you believe what you believe.
So why do you think you don't understand it?
Because your argument is very circular.
Okay, explain.
So then you should be, okay, so that should be next. Okay, so explain how this is a circular argument. You should be able to say, well, this is a circular argument because you're starting with this, and then you say that, but then you say this, and that just depends on the first thing that you said. That's how that should work. That's how that should work.
To me how it's circular.
There you go.
Because
there we go.
It seems as if you're not willing to. When I said that, it's almost as if that you were insinuating that no one who is an illegal citizen is paying taxes.
Yeah.
You immediately brought up statistics saying, well, better.
Shout out again, Guam Tech. Who else we got in the building here? I just saw Angry Amputee. Welcome to the party. Very good to see ya. You can't derail a train that big. Ooh. She has a point, but she parts her hair on the side so no one can see it. Oh my goodness. The savagery continues. Thank you so very much. Let's dive back in.
Who is an illegal citizen is paying taxes.
Yeah.
You immediately brought up statistics saying, well, there's the 17%.
No, I said because you were mischaracterizing what I said. I never said that. So if you're a social worker, shouldn't you also, let's say someone comes in and needs help. If they say, hey, I have a problem because, I don't know, I'm being recruited for this gang and I'm in a neighborhood, and if I don't, it's going to be dangerous to me. And you go, okay, but what I'm hearing you saying is your entire neighborhood is nothing but a gang. And he goes, no, that's not what I'm saying. I said the net cost to taxpayers is $150 to $450 billion a year. You said, well, you're insinuating or demeaning people for none of them paying. That's not what I said. And then I gave you a follow-up stat to ensure it wasn't circular logic. I'm aware of the 17% offset. So it costs the American taxpayer a lot of money, not to mention sanctuary cities and crimes, which disproportionately affects.
Right. And so, like, that was not even, where can I go from here? Again, we're simulcasting on, that's not actually bad. But, sorry, where am I? Boom. Yeah, so he just explained how they're connected issues, but you brought something up that derailed the point that you were making, and it's not circular. Typical liberal going to poli-sci using big words when they've dug themselves into a hole and can't make her argument. Yep.
I know. I interrupted you there because you've been interrupting me this whole time. So that's unfortunate. But
I like this better because now I can have the comments up on both. Because when we go here, then the comments block the video, even though it's perfect on the vertical one. And then we go here, and you can't really see me anyway. So we'll go from there to there.
We are very polite. What I was going to ask. Oh, I forgot actually.
I just forgot what I was going to ask you about. Did you though? Or do you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about?
In the South, we are very polite. What I was going to ask. Oh, I forgot actually.
Well, how is that circular? I corrected what was a straw man. You're social. It's a logical fallacy, a straw man. You built up an argument that I didn't make. And when I said, well, that's not the argument I made, you said it was circular logic. I said, no, I'm just clarifying that's not what I said.
It's interesting.
Is that fair?
Well,
I don't know. I'm not paying attention.
Is it fair to argue against the point or to present a case against the point that I actually made rather than one you've prepared to make a case against? Because I never said that.
That's a new well, I guess it's not a new thing, but it's definitely something that you've got. If you're going to do these in-person things, there's going to be a lot of info cucking going on. Well, where's your source for that? Well, this person said that, so technically that's the end of the discussion. You're going to get a lot of that. Just what said, it's the violence of innocence, so benevolent while we're eating each other raw in the streets. But I'm a good person. Everybody look, I'm a good person. Can't you see?
Unfortunately, I think I am done.
I think so.
It is very hard to have a productive conversation with you
imagine.
You continue to interrupt me and speak over me and then say,
I don't think that happened once. Cope is a dangerous drug. So, because Guamtech gave us the $1, we'll start in on the second guy, and let's see if we can keep it going.
that, well, I'm moving the goalpost, and then given no time to maybe have a rebuttal to that.
Take all the time you want.
No, I'm saying I came here with the intention of actually having a productive conversation.
Sure.
Yeah, but you have to have things to say in order for a productive conversation. You have to have things to say. And there was already a topic, so maybe you could, have a conversation about something else. But this topic was already very clearly stated that we are talking about deporting all illegals. Hey, shout out to Unwanted Foe. Welcome to the party, said tied to the Overlord. Oh, let me get him. There we. What? You don't want this? Oh, now we gotta go get other food for him. Oh, I know what he wants. Some sentiment toast. Right. There you go. I know you want that. There you go. You little spoiled brat. You spoiled little brat. Thank you so very, very much. And again, unwanted foe. Guamish is fun to say. Guamtech is the most Guamish Guamtech that ever did live. Oh my goodness. Thank you. So very, very much adding to that Morty Memorial Fund, and I cannot tell you enough how grateful I will be when I don't even know what I'm gonna do yet, but the fact that I'm gonna be able to do it, that means so very, very much to you. Thank you. And of course, that makes you the new sponsor of the stream. Very much appreciated. Infamous Luigi said, the way these liberals are acting, it's going to become deport legals pretty soon. Deport all liberals. It's a joke. But, I mean, Monkey King says, my arguments are making me look stupid, and what you're saying makes sense. So I gotta go before everyone knows I am stupid and want to hand money to the illegals. Too late. We got you. We already know. Angry Amputee said, this is the same as all lefties do. They have no points, so they start to attack you and say they're not getting a chance to give points, in which they have none. Yeah, exactly. But last night we were just talking about where we were covering Rob Noor and First Amender, and he was interrupting and everything, and then complaining, Bubs, you cannot sit on the microphone thingy. He was complaining that he wasn't getting enough talk time, and then as soon as Rob would start talking, just interruption. They're all the same. All right, welcome to the party, unwanted foe. Very much appreciated. Let's dive right back in.
I just wanted to know who you were and what you thought, because that's what we do in social work.
Yeah.
We want to understand who you are as a person and what you think about the topic that is most concerning to you.
So then shouldn't you listen when I say what I think of the topic, as opposed to making up something I didn't? Hold on. And then I'll give you the floor.
Actually,
hold on, and then I'll give you the floor.
I know you constantly say it, but
we can...
Why are you interrupting so much?
Set a timer and see who's interrupting who. Shouldn't you address the point if you ask me my opinion and I express it, and not misrepresent it?
It's just very interesting that whenever I get going...
Very interesting. Watch how she's not going to get interrupted here.
Not misrepresent it.
It's just very interesting that whenever I get going on a particular topic, you continue to dominate the conversation. I understand that this is your show and there are cameras who are here for you. I get that. But I wanted to have a productive conversation, and it seems like that you're not actually here for that.
Projection. I don't have a drink, but we'll go with the kratom. Projection. You're not here for a conversation. You are the one who just wants to sit down and have your own ideas confirmed, and if anybody pushes back, and they're not being fair to you. Oh, how dare you? Projection. Section 230 said, if white nationalists want to build a case for their ideals, women like her are providing all the proof they would need. Why? She's white. She's not one of their best. She is not one of their best. I don't know about that. Infamous Luigi said, First Amender shouldn't have brought up his loser dad and pathetic mom. That's going to bite him in the ass going forward. I didn't hear much about that, but if it's on the table, it's on the table. And he's the one who likes to throw insults. He's the one who liked to throw. It was twice in that debate about SNAP benefits and the benefit to society. And he felt the need to bring up, well, Rob, it seems like you're not, you're not following your own advice. When the advice was specifically, I was at the end of that conversation. If you have a time code, we can go back and watch that. I'm definitely down for that. But yeah, he was always saying, well, you're not following your own advice. And it's like, dude, the advice is not what you should eat. The advice is use your own money. Use your own money. Guamtech or Guamling or the Guamish one said a docile woman complaining that she isn't strong enough to control the conversation, and she's an addicts worker. Say it isn't so. It's almost like you could see it from a mile away. A mile away. Angry MBT said, Rob, Rob doesn't get SNAP. He buys fatty foods with his own fucking cash. That's the whole premise of the conversation. Because the First Amendment was trying, oh, so you're saying these people don't deserve these things? Not from me! If you can buy it, then yeah, but not from me. Section 2 said the white nationalists would kick her out with the illegals she keeps sweeping for. That's what I was saying. Their points would include that it corrupts the populace, and she's proved. So what you're saying is that they would say, if we don't kick them out, this is, well, okay, you can't see it on that. If we don't kick them out, this is who we have to worry about. If we don't kick them out, that is who we have to worry about. And hey, that's kind of a good argument. King Rana said, instead of the shame bell in Game of Thrones, we need the projection bell. Well, I mean, you know, we got the dilly dilly and all that. I don't have my soundboard up here, but I get, if these are not echoing and they fixed it, then I could start. We can start doing this. We'll do the projection whistle. The other one, and then anytime Morty gets every donation.
Hey, Morty!
There we go. And there we go. Yeah, the shame whistle. The shame whistle. I am glad it is fixed. All right. All right. Let's dive right back in here.
Seems like that you're not actually here for that.
May I speak?
No, thank you. So
you've not addressed a single point.
I appreciate you giving
a single
me your
point
time.
that I've asked, not one.
I wanted to understand who you are as a person.
Okay, well, this will help you understand.
No, you. Not whatever you believe about this, because that's what we do in social work.
I still don't know what it is that you do. Tell me what it is that you do.
Nothing.
In social
complain, bitch about things, say that I'm better than you, and any of the above.
Yes.
So social work, by definition, we try to work with the person and understand where they are coming from, how they have formed that opinion, and then how we can either agree, disagree, reach commonality.
So then by getting up and walking away, you're saying that this is your job to talk to people that you disagree with, or at least see a different solution or a different way of living or thinking. And it's your job to make sure that you can find common ground with that person. Failure.
So that's why I was asking you questions about your wife and why you called her your lady and how that was a little possessive. And that's why I got a little offended, because you were interrupting me before I could finish articulating my thought process.
I don't think that's true. Like, I wasn't paying that close attention to who it was interrupting who, but I think it was just the one time where she gave him the straw man about taxes, which he didn't bring up. And then he was like, oh, wait, hold on. That's not what I said. I don't think it was any other point where he interrupted her at all. Hey, let's say, you know what? Let's not bring the parents into this, because some of these parents are good, hardworking Americans that send their kids to college, and it's the fucking professors. It's the fucking professors that do this to them. So I'm gonna go to bat for her parents right now. There's nothing about being a college liberal that's this stupid that says you have bad parents. Unfortunately, it is that bad. Death Poet said she follows a protocol that doesn't permit her ability to think outside the tick boxes. Yep. Are you and that starts with the purity test. Are you saying the right things? Tick. Okay, now we can have a conversation. Like, no, yeah, no one. Yeah, exactly. Against Andrew in open pen. Oh, he's talking to each other. Blake said, she's the type of social worker who would take somebody's children just because she doesn't agree with their politics. Exactly. Exactly. The amount of power that probably goes to this woman's head is insane. All right. Dive back in.
I got a little offended because you were interrupting me before I could finish articulating my thought process. I was trying to understand who you are and where you're coming from. You
should just be like, I'm Steven Crowder, and I'm coming from the place of wanting illegals to be deported.
Coming from with this argument, that way we could have a productive conversation. But when you continue to throw stats and you have a very circular argument.
When you continue to throw stats, we're trying to have an honest conversation here, and you're using statistics. This is too much for me. This is too much for me.
It's very hard to understand who you are as a person and achieve a productive conversation. I can have a conversation with you, but I don't have to agree with you.
Of course.
But
you just said you were going to get up and walk away.
Seems very disrespectful when you continue dominating the conversation, and I don't get a chance to do what I came here to do.
Okay. May I present a suggestion? When you say listening to people and finding out where they're coming from, perhaps when you ask questions, listening to the answers and taking an interest in the reasoning, the rationale, the logic behind it, and not misrepresenting what they say, that would help. That would serve you better as a social worker.
Yep.
Because I don't think you've listened to a lot. Well, what I mean is if you ask me my opinion and then I answer and you go, that's interesting, that sounds possessive, or that sounds...
Well, yes, I think that to the ordinary person, identifying your lady as my lady would sound possessive.
Not at all. Like the nomenclature of my wife is like, what? Just grasping at straws because you have nothing else to say. Stop info cucking me, Steven. Oh my goodness. Too many numbers. Too many numbers. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That I'll stick up for the parents. I'll stick up for the parents. I don't know that they're good or bad or otherwise. I'm just saying, just because you're this doesn't mean it's your parents' fault. There's a lot of conservative, Christian, upstanding citizens who have children, send them to college, and then they get indoctrinated. Luigi says she's a social worker, not a math major. All those funny numbers are magic to her. Yep. She's trying to top from the bottom. What? This is America. This is America. You can't have opinions if you're a social worker. Yeah, that's like she would have no problem with if he had said my wife. It's just the fact that she was scrambling. She was scrambling for something. She's like, I need a lifeline. I need something that will show that I have somewhere to go in this conversation. And that was the best she got. That was the best she got.
But maybe that's a cultural norm that I'm not accustomed to.
Sure, I'm sure you're not. But is that relevant to the point in the answer? Because you interrupted. You interrupt.
Now, okay, wait. We got to go back over that. But is there? I'm wondering, are you saying she's a social worker, but she wants to be like an actual doctor? Because sounds about right to me. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, and it's ironic because usually with the left, it's from the other side. It's source. Now it's like numbers, no. But okay, he said she was like, "You're doing it right now," or something. So let's go back and see what it is that she's even trying to say, and if there is any weight to it.
I think that to the
okay. So
I don't think you've listened to a lot.
So we went back a little bit.
Well, what I mean is if you ask me my opinion And then I answer and you go, that's interesting. That sounds possessive, or that sounds.
Well, yes, I
use?
think that.
Yeah, and so right there, of course, that is implying that there's something wrong with the opinion, and maybe there is. But then you should state what is wrong with the opinion, not, "Ooh, that seems like you're a weird person." Right?
To the ordinary person, identifying your lady as my lady would sound possessive, but maybe
It is possessive. No. Don't back away from that, Crowder. It is possessive. That is your wife. That is nobody else's wife. It absolutely is your woman. Jesus Christ. I agree with that poet. She needs it. She needs it. Montevo said more like failed out of any medical classes, so she went into social work. Sounds about right. They never had anything. They never had anything, angry amputee.
You go, that's interesting. That sounds possessive, or that sounds.
Well, yes, I think that to the ordinary person, identifying your lady as my lady would sound possessive, but maybe that's a cultural norm that I'm not accustomed to.
Sure.
Which culture? Which culture are you? Which culture are you not a part of? What are you talking about? So Infamous Luigi said the problem with source arguments from the left is every study that would or could bolster the right's argument is deemed too unethical. Yeah, it's the Schrodinger's study. If it goes in my direction, it's a good one. If it doesn't, then it's unethical or it's bad. Section said she thinks women are supposed to be community property. Yup. I get to fuck any dude that I want, okay? It doesn't matter that we said vows in a church and signed a legal document and swore in front of our religion that we were going to be each other's. I belong to the community. Ugh. Yuck. Town bicycle theory. I love it. And you said I call my wife my lady all the time and vice versa. Yeah, because it's normal. It's normal. The street definitely does own a lot of women. But fortunately, unfortunately, this is not one of them. But I don't think that's her choice.
Maybe that's a cultural norm that I'm not accustomed to.
Sure, I'm sure you're not. But is that relevant to the point in the answer? Because you interrupted to say that offends me rather than listening. So do you not listen to people who come in and seek your social work the same way?
No, I promise I do.
Well, then you do it right now. Pretend that Steven Crowder is one of your clients. Instead of thinking that this is some opponent, think of this as somebody who just has a different opinion. And for all intents and purposes, important enough on this opinion that they need to change their opinion on this to move forward with their lives. So maybe we're talking about somebody who doesn't shower, and you need to convince them that taking care of yourself is in fact important. Oh, more. What did you eat? Are you feeling weird? He's bobbing his head around. He always licks the floor, and then he has hairballs like a little cat. It's freaking annoying. You okay, bud? All right. And you said when I was a kid, 10 to 20 was for the street. Yeah, now it's like 85. King said, what about all the girls what about all the girls I know say, my mans? Are they possessive? Yes, they are horrible, horrible, horrible people. Psych! It's okay when women do it. You're just not allowed to be possessive of a woman. Duh. Them's the rules, bro. Them's the rules.
Offends me rather that relevant to the point in the answer, because you interrupted to say that offends me rather than listening. So do you not listen to people who come in and seek your social work the same way?
No, I promise I do.
Just not here.
I came here to have a productive conversation, and usually when I encounter someone in my field, they're also looking to have a productive conversation. But the way that you throw in the little tidbits that are demeaning, the way you have very circular argument, and you throw stats.
You still haven't been able to say how it was, what was demeaning. Yeah, let's start there. What was demeaning? What was demeaning? Then you still haven't said how it's a circular argument. And now again, you're getting mad that he's bringing up stats. What exactly did you think you were going to do here? What exactly did you think was the point of all this? The sign says, change my mind. What did you think you were signing up for? I don't get it. I don't get it.
That's what makes me a little apprehensive to continue speaking with you.
I'm just trying to understand, is the tidbit that was demeaning the phrase "my lady"?
No, it's
Blake, I think you're right. I think you're right that you get it. Because again, when we're not talking about a therapist, we're talking about a social worker. So oftentimes you get assigned a social worker. And so she has a lot of power, and we can see how uncomfortable she is when she doesn't have control of the situation. I don't know if you were kind of just saying this as a throwaway joke, but I think you're spot on, Blake. I think you're spot on. She needs to paint herself as a victim because that's the only position the left has been able to argue from. Yep. Wonderful fellow said I was late to the start, and I've only seen her being the one making snide remarks, while the other is just talking so far. So she's copying him, or is she just a hypocrite? Well, I have a very simple answer for you. Projection. Oh yeah, we got it. Projection. She's projecting. Every time he said something, she's like, that seems like you're kind of like a bad person for thinking that. And again, now she has nothing else to say, so she has to flip it around on him. Sad state of affairs, these liberals. Sad state of affairs. Oh yeah, she's dead ass. She's dead ass. She ain't joking. She ain't joking.
Understand, is the tidbit that was demeaning the phrase "my lady"?
no, it's the little side comments that you sneak in when you're having conversations like this. You're very
Such as, what have I said? What did I sneak in?
no, it's the little side comments that you sneak in when you're having conversations like this. You're a very sassy individual.
Like what? I said "my lady." You said that that was offensive. What
Like
else?
what?
Well, when I said that maybe that's a cultural norm that I'm not accustomed to, you said, well, I wouldn't expect you to. And then when we were talking about countries having borders, I said that, yes, I understand that countries have borders. And you said, well, I hope you would.
No, that's actually not what I said. We can rewind it. Well, all countries, I don't know if you're aware, like they all have borders and they all have laws,
Yes,
and becoming a
I'm
citizen
aware that
in Mexico
countries
is
have
far,
borders.
actually, we have one of the most lenient policies out there.
Well, I
think maybe you interpret it.
Unfortunately.
I think you paraphrase a lot.
Damn, not even anything even close to that. He just said, I don't know if we have borders, and then continued talking. She was the one saying, yeah, I know, okay? Projection. Section 230 said, imagine staring Crowder in the eyes and calling him sassy. I mean, he can be sassy. I won't lie, but here, he's not. But said people in intimate relationships fucking belong to each other. She's got it confused with ownership. Yep. Having an opinion and needing clarity. Well, don't forget about the stats. That is the sassy part.
Interesting. Why do you think that?
Because you've done it a lot.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Policies out there.
Well, I
think maybe you interpret it.
Unfortunately.
I think you paraphrase a lot.
Interesting. Why do you think that?
Because you've done it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you not care to elaborate further? It seems like you enjoy hearing yourself talk.
See, again, like now that's you doing it. That's you with the sassy bullshit. If he wanted to talk, he would have continued to talk. But the claim was, I think that you paraphrase a lot. And she said, okay, why do you think that? He said, because you do it a lot. What else needs to be said? Argument done. You do this a lot because you do this a lot. What are we talking about? Insane.
Interesting. Why do you think that?
Because you've done it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you not care to elaborate further? It seems like you enjoy hearing yourself talk.
Well, see, this is what you do. You say you enjoy. Would you like me to speak, or will you then accuse me of dominating the conversation? I think you paraphrase a lot, and I think you strawman a lot. And I don't think you've answered a single question.
Nope.
I don't think you
No, I
presented. I don't think you've presented your opinion on the issue at hand. I think you presented a lot of offenses based on some things that I've said and some things that I haven't. I think you've paraphrased yourself into convincing yourself, Savannah, that you have a valid position. And I don't think you do.
So I'm saying that I don't think that anyone should be deported, and you say
Okay.
that I haven't answered any questions.
Wait, anyone? You don't think anyone should be deported, or you don't think everyone should be deported? That's an important part.
I'm saying that I don't think that anyone should be deported, and you say
Okay.
that I haven't answered any questions. You asked me.
That is one.
Yeah, how is it circular?
That is one, and I appreciate you answering that.
Would you like to re-ask the other two, and then maybe I can provide further clarity?
Well, because what you
Actually,
Yeah, what do you think should happen, and how do we do it? That simple. Shout out to Box in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. Very good to see you, sir. Are you you're on the vertical stream, right? I'm trying a new thing because StreamYard allows you to do both. So, you know, this is a normal one from the landscape, and then I pop up, but it doesn't show it as well. So I made this one so we can go when I'm talking to you guys, and then we go back to the video. What do you think? What do you think? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. And Basebox says deport them all. Deport them all. She said deport none of them. She said deport none of them. Yeah, I can see in the chat where, like, if you're on the, oh, it doesn't show it here, duh. But it shows me in the chat if you're on the vertical stream, where I can tell Angry MPT's on the landscape stream. But it should just help, you know, with numbers in general, just bring more people in. And you know, I mean, the difference in the landscape of the size of me talking here versus the size of me talking here is not all that crazy. I'm not gonna be doing like every stream like this. This is just, you know, kind of the off streams. But, well, actually, I mean, the main streams will be vertical, but that I'm gonna keep those, you know, when the video's gone and when I'm talking. So I mean, again, it'll be there, but yeah, just trying to, you know, gotta play the algorithm, right? The vertical ones, yeah. So it's a much different setup, and I'm hoping what they'll do is you know, oh yeah, so is he not coming up? Interesting. Okay, yeah. So he's on the vertical stream, so he's not in the same chat as you guys. That's why I got to pay attention to the chat over here. Well, over here, and then for vertical people, it's over here. Make sure. Just feeling you out. Just feeling you out. Not feeling you up. But if you're down, let me know. Let me know. So an ultra-wide curved monitor, I suspect it looks better on the phone. I would suspect that as well. No, not shenanigans. I mean, you know, just if you like, so if you guys ever come into a vertical stream, then you'll know, oh, okay, Letch is also live on landscape. So you can just click over to the other stream. And what does the number say? So interesting. So we got one. Box is the only one over on the vertical stream. And okay, so the likes and everything are different. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll see it. We're feeling you out. We'll you know, all of that good stuff. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And again, if you guys, no, come back. That's why I always tell you guys about that dead air. That I always feel like I gotta have something going. Otherwise, everybody's gonna leave. And sometimes streamers just be like, well, you know, back in the day, I sometimes like, let's go. But I don't know. I need to learn to slow down a little bit. Slow down. But we slow not now. Let's rage on. Welcome to the party.
Would you like to re-ask the other two, and then maybe I can provide further clarity?
Well, because
yeah, what is your solution, and who would get deported? Ironically, you yeah, there we go. Better on the phone screen. And again, yeah, so whichever one you guys prefer, you get to choose. The other aspect that we're talking about here is, what is your alternative? That's all. It's not like it's not like he's been throwing all these different ideas at her. It's all been about the same exact thing. How do we solve the illegal immigration problem? That's it. That's it. And yeah, guys, we are definitely going to be covering on the Speakeasy platform. Angry Amputee is doing his very first live debate. Remind us what the prompt is and which side you are taking. We'll cover something. Maybe if we don't get to cover the rest of, maybe if we don't get to cover the rest of this, then we can cover that before the debate, and then we're gonna be in there. We're gonna be in there. Yeah, remind us what the prompt is, because we're gonna be there. All right, diving back in here.
Be deported, and you say that I haven't answered any questions. You asked me.
That is one. That is one, and I appreciate you answering that.
Would you like to re-ask the other two, and then maybe I can provide further clarity?
Well, because
all right. So women can be the breadwinner in a traditional relationship. I'm for. Interesting, because traditional is an important word there. Oh, so you do, yeah, you have a sugar mama, so that works. But then I think they would, the argument would be, well, that's not traditional anymore. So I don't know. Starting off, you're gonna have to convince me. Starting off, I'm against the prompt. Women can be breadwinners in a traditional relationship. So I'm looking forward to you changing my mind. Speaking, I would change my mind.
Actually, I think I am done. I tried to leave earlier. I do appreciate talking with you.
Thank you
I
very
just
much,
wish
Savannah.
that we could have had a productive conversation.
Yeah, I do as
All
well.
right. I hope that you have a wonderful
Thank
day.
you. You too, Savannah. Appreciate it.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Listening helps, Savannah.
I did.
So does being nice, and when somebody tries to shake your hand, be like, no. Oh, she must be such an inside an ugly person. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely there with you in terms of the idea that a nuclear family is important. I would much rather have a child grow up in an otherwise, a standard nuclear family where the woman is the breadwinner and the father is more the caretaker, than a broken home. But I think that is inherently not traditional. You want to practice? Do you want to come up and do a practice debate? We could definitely do that. True. So you just got to give one example, but it has to fall in. It doesn't have to be the nuclear family. It has to be traditional relationship. So if somebody is to say that, okay, great, you have a nuclear family, but that's not traditional. All right, let's do this. This is also the first time I will see if there are how it works when there's multiple people on a vertical stream, because I think they haven't set one thing, but I'd like to be able to change it if I could. We'll see. Come on up. I think that's a little bit more interesting than these liberals not having an idea what they're talking about. Yeah. What do you guys think? Would you consider that a traditional relationship? While he's coming back, while he's heading up here, we'll keep this running.
And thank you, Savannah. Speaking of the picture of health, like I told you, we are supported by viewers like you, but the only other company that I've ever launched. And
there he is. All right, so let's see. We got that there. We got this here. Oh, hell yes. Oh, yes, that works perfectly. Beautiful. All right, welcome, Angry Amputee. How are you feeling about this debate coming up?
Now that you are getting me all nervous about it, I thought I had it in the bag, bro.
Well, yeah, Unwanted Foe is saying, how can it be traditional when it it's the inverse? It inverts. There you go. Inverts the main roles of the relationship.
But what's making it inverse? You guys are making assumptions already. I
Yeah.
never said that the woman wasn't in charge of the household. I never said anything like that. All I said was that she's the breadwinner. She's just making more money. She doesn't even work out of the house.
Okay. All right. So give me like a basic like 1 or 2 minute opening as to what you're going to be arguing.
All right, let me get my notes out here, bro.
Oh, he's got notes. He's got notes. Let's go. Let's
Hey,
go.
I learned from the best, Indian Jesus.
But yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right, my
In the book.
opening. I didn't start that. I didn't write it yet. I just have like
Yeah, just
pin
the bullet points.
pinpoint. So first, you're gonna define traditional family. All right, I'm gonna say it's a nuclear family. Uh, Man, wife, get married in the church, under God. Uh, no divorce, no thinking of divorce. You're there forever. Uh, the leader is the husband. Goes God, husband, wife, child, animal. And then I'm going to give a brief assessment of my story to like throw it in there. And then
You,
go ahead.
do you
Go
have
ahead.
something? Do you have something about like? I think my opponent is going to argue XYZ, but ABC.
Yeah, that's in a little bit. I have a quote from like Andrew Wilson about how he takes his wife's money and buys guns, and there ain't a damn thing she could do about it. So I'm gonna throw that in there. Uh, I'm gonna say in the aesthetic Jews, the women are the fucking the workers in that. The men stayed home and learned to be religious. And as far as I'm concerned, that's one of the most traditional uh, groups that I can think of, right?
That's a good point. That's a good point. So if I was gonna be your opponent, then I would be harping on the definition of traditional. That traditional means not only that the man is in charge, but that he is in fact the breadwinner. And it might be such that or I would go down the road of you may have a temporary situation where your wife is doing the duties of the house and also bringing in the money, but she's eventually going to get tired of that and leave you or something like that. I think
But
that's
that's
the
her
direct.
duty as a wife.
How, go on.
When you get married as a in a church, in a Christian church, you sign vows, for I wrote this down somewhere. Maybe I didn't write down yet, but I have. I'm going to put the vows in there where death do us part for health and death. That line I don't have it in my notes yet, but it'll be there by tomorrow. It's her duty to support the husband if something happens. Like I lost my leg, so now it's her duty to support me.
I don't know.
Give me some.
So, all right, all right. I think we'll go with what unwanted vote is saying, that inherently the breadwinning and the providing is the role of the man, and so if that is changed, doesn't mean it's a bad situation, but it is inherently not traditional because the man is not bringing in the resources.
So aesthetic Jews aren't traditional.
I would say no, that they have a tradition, but when we talk about traditional, well, as I would have defined in my opening
Right.
statement, that
Yeah.
traditional entails that the man is bringing in the resources, and so even if there are other traditions, I think what we are talking about here is how we've defined traditional to mean, the man is the breadwinner.
I was looking up traditional relationship. One where partners follow established gender roles. That's where he's going to get me, the gender roles.
Yeah, and so I think that
But
specifically bringing it, like making the money, is the male general.
till he's disabled and he can't do it anymore.
Yeah, again, doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that it's not traditional.
Right. That's where he's going to get me, is in that stupid traditional word.
So yeah, what
Go ahead.
what you have the
But what I
definition
don't
pulled up
understand,
there?
Say that again. I missed it.
You said you have the definition pulled up there.
Yeah.
What does it say?
It says one where partners follow established gender roles, often with the man as a primary earner and protector, and the woman as a homemaker and a caregiver. But it does say primary. It does say often. It doesn't say always.
Fair.
So I could get so often. I like I said, I agree with everything you guys are saying, all premises. But I also can agree that just because I lost my leg didn't make my relationship non-traditional anymore.
I would just say yes, it did, because now again, it doesn't mean that you did something wrong. It doesn't mean that your relationship is lesser than, but it's just not traditional because you are no longer in that role. And so if you had a traditional relationship and then the roles changed in that relationship, then I would say yes, definitionally, it is no longer a traditional relationship. Do you think that your relationship was traditional when before you lost your leg?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so if it changed,
nothing changed except for the dollar amount. That's
okay,
what I'm trying to say.
That's the whole point. The dollar amount is a factor in,
but not in the church. That you're going materialistic now, and there is nothing in the church that has to do with material items or monetary items at all.
How do you mean?
All you have to do is provide and protect. That's your job through the church. It doesn't go monetary or for you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but so okay, let's switch gears a little bit. Well, hold on. When on Monday Post say it's going to come down to how each defines traditional relationship, but the vast majority will say man is the breadwinner, winner, and woman raises the family. And your argument sounds more that's a marital obligation based, not tradition. Interesting. But so, how much do you know about your debate opponent?
All that I know is he's gonna hit me with the traditional because he's super religious.
Okay, so he's super religious. Do you know, is he like
I really don't know much about it. It's Geoverse. I seen him on Sarah's panel every once in a while.
Okay, so that probably means that he's going to be very crucible coded. He's going to have a lot of those types of arguments.
Yeah.
In the same way with my debate with Jim Bob, I'm expecting a lot of
he's going to force me to answer stuff that might not even make any sense.
So so that I think so yeah, this is then your opportunity in the opening statement to cut that off, because then at least if you are establishing that I am not agreeing to the materialistic, the money part being an inherent part of this, then you can argue that ground during the debate. So he's gonna say that's what traditional is. You will have already said no, that doesn't necessarily mean, and then it's gonna go from there.
So I need to do more research on my vows, right, and then through the church to try to get traditional less of a man being a breadwinner. Correct?
Yeah, I agree. And Liberty, did I say hello to Liberty? Shout out Liberty Plus TV. Good point here. So we were just doing a little mini debate prep because tomorrow we're going to be covering Angry Amputee's first ever debate on the Speakeasy channel. Saying traditional doesn't mean money focused, does it? Abundance is pretty recent. So that's an interesting point that you could bring up, that especially if you're using your own marriage in this, that it's not that you're not bringing any resources. It's just that it's a slightly different.
It just switched. Right. It went from me being the bread to having more money than as her. The money still goes into the same account. And I distribute the money the way I felt fit. Nothing changed except for she's making more money now, and I can't go to work.
Yeah. So I think you're. I'm trying to think if they are going to say, well,
like she still raised the kids and did everything. Like, she even now now that the kids are out of the house and she goes to work, she still comes home and makes dinner. Like nothing changed except I
Yeah.
got lazier, it seems like.
So, yeah, and Montepo, we were bringing up this before that being the breadwinner doesn't mean that you're not the head of the family. He already
Exactly.
brought that up.
Leader. That's where
Yeah.
I got to push lead.
I don't know. You might have convinced me already, man. You might have convinced me already. That's
I need
it.
Liberty to be in the chat for me.
Everybody better be there. Everybody better be there. What time do they say it starts? 9?
I just looked. It said 7:30, but I've always thought those debates started at 8.
You said 7:30 because they usually
He does
use
his
Central.
goofy of the day thing. Oh, it's Eastern time.
7:30 Eastern. Oh, okay. Well, then I guess we're gonna show up a little early. So now everybody knows we're going a little early.
Now that's if it doesn't change till back to 8. But when I got my DM, it said 8. But then I looked at the pre thumbnail and it said 7:30.
I'm saying it might be a good thing to look up if marriage predated money as well. So I don't think.
Well, I'm sure marriage was when there was a barter system.
Well, he's gonna then your opponent is then gonna be like, well, no, there was monogamy, but marriage is specifically through the church. But I think the point of the question here, or the point of what Guamtech is bringing up, is saying that if you can showcase how before money was such a factor. Oh, look at the puppy. Then the way that things worked in that environment, and if that still, essentially, what you're doing is lowering the priority of the actual monetary value.
Right. Can I even change it to material value instead of monetary?
Yeah.
Because that's more, I think, more of a hitter because materialistic stuff is not for the church.
Yeah. Like we said, it seems weird to think about providing as money. And if he makes enough to sustain them without death, then this extra money is superficial and it's not being rich is godly. Yep. I earned that. Hey, double puppies! There we go. I'm gonna come over to him because I don't know. He's acting weird. Thank you so very, very much. Where are you? There you are. There you are.
Meet Morty.
There we go. There we go. There's 2 of them. There you go. I gave you 2 because I wanted Poe is being so generous. Thank you. And look who we got in the back. Shout out to Futoy. Welcome. Give me a second here. Get all set up here. It's not as slick as when I'm down in the studio. Oh, geez. So hopefully, I don't know how this is going to work. If we get a third person up here. Yes.
Hello.
What is up?
Thanks for having me up, Your Holiness.
Not a problem. How you doing?
Not too bad, thank you. You guys?
Chilling.
Good, yeah. Good.
Yeah, we were just talking about how Angry Amputee has his very first debate tomorrow, and the prompt being that women can be the breadwinners in a traditional relationship. And I started off saying no, but I don't know. I think Angry Amputee's got an interesting perspective.
Okay, so it's the word traditional marriage is the thing that we should look at here, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Basically, for me, I mean, it depends how you look, from what approach you're coming at it. Logically, whoever makes the most money is bringing home the most bread will feed the kids better and everybody involved better, right? Emotionally, I guess I'm not even sure if I'm answering the right question because you're talking about traditional marriage, right? That's the operative word, not whether it's right or wrong.
Right. Yeah, there's no point of nobody cares if it's right or wrong or
whatever, right?
Right. It's just, can it be?
Can it be traditional or can it be? Can it be? Of course it can be. I mean, there's plenty of house husbands.
Well, sold you. I win.
Are you religious, Futoy?
No, no, no. I believe in
No.
a God, but I don't believe in man-made religion as I see it.
Yeah.
So you just don't believe in the church. A lot of people start to not believe in
Anything,
the church itself. Yeah,
any of them, like
it's because man ruined the church.
my
Yep.
God is better than your God. Ha!
Yeah,
For real. But I think that's actually I think that's a beneficial thing. I think that the what needs to happen is some kind of reformation where we don't see, or rather we do see, a change in how people are looking at religion and the church separately, and seeing that, okay, I want to get down with spirituality and maybe I believe in God and stuff like that, but the authority and all that stuff, I ain't really down with that. And I think a lot of people will start to come back to spirituality, even if they don't go back to the church itself.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Absolutely, yeah.
How much
I
bread
mean,
does a family need? I mean, enough to pay bills and eat.
yeah.
that's
If
right.
they're arguing amongst each other whose God is the right one, I mean, if there is only one God, didn't He make it all and everyone?
Yeah, that's Adam's argument, or one of our members, that he says, well, if there is a God, that is the only God that could be, and so I believe in that God, and I mean, logically, it fits.
Right.
It fits.
I guess the point of to look at it properly is it doesn't matter how you honor your God, as long as you're honoring your God. I guess, if from a religious person's point of view, like
When they added prophets and things like that is when it started to go downhill.
yeah,
I remember when I was still in the Catholic Church and we did the Stations of the Cross, and then each one had like a person, and then the saints and all that stuff.
Kids still
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
I actually remember the day I lost my religion. So I'm Irish. I live in Ireland. It's a very Roman Catholic country. I mean, very, 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 probably more Roman Catholic than Rome in Ireland, and a very Roman Catholic family, right? And I was sitting in church one day on a Sunday, and the priest made a statement that babies who aren't christened before they die don't go to heaven and they don't go to hell. They go to somewhere called purgatory.
Limbo, yeah, purgatory.
Limbo, purgatory, somewhere in the middle, right? And I sat there, and this kind of triggered me a little bit. I was like, how the hell can a baby who doesn't even know what sin is, couldn't sin if it wanted to? I mean, it's the purest of purity of humans, not go to heaven? Like, we're all up here sinning all the time, Yeah, we ask for forgiveness, but we're still going to sin again the next day. But we'll go to heaven. Right?
Yeah, it's an interesting point, and I have a debate on the same channel. Are you familiar with Speakeasy, the channel Speakeasy?
No.
He does verbal combat.
No. I'm not a verbal combat person, although I
He's
do sometimes do it. But
he's coming out. He's approaching on like 20K subs and anything. But anyway, so that's the platform that Angry is going to be on, and then I have a debate later this month as well. And my debate is that being an atheist is a rational position, and so and similar to Angry Amputee, I really only need to present one story or one picture of an atheist being rational, and I win. And then bring up the fact, and you were talking about babies, that that's the default. We are by default atheists. We're not born, understand that stuff.
Just to land the plane on what I was saying to you, then apparently when I was talking to people years later, they changed it. They changed this. Babies going to limbo or purgatory. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, hold on a second. You can change the word of God? What the hell? So what else is wrong? Right?
Oh, so that was when you were out?
Oh, yeah, I'm out. Yeah. They're changing stuff on us. You know what I mean?
Makes
It's
sense.
supposed to be the word of God that I'm sitting here listening to. I have better things to play football with my friends. You know?
I
How old were you? Sorry.
I'd say when the priest said it, I was about 8 or 9. When they changed it, or when I found out they changed it, it was maybe 10, 15 years later.
About 10 or 11 is when I lost my faith too. And I didn't get it back until 21 when I lost my leg.
Well, I mean, it's not that I don't believe in a higher power or something greater that has possibly
Oh,
manufactured this whole
I was
thing.
following the devil, man. I went completely opposite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was bad. I mean, I wasn't like a devil worshiper or anything, but I was sinning like a crazy person.
Oh, I get you. So, okay. So there is uses to religion. I've heard that before.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of don't like speaking about it too much, because to back up the atheist point of view is because a lot of people in, like alcoholics and drug users in AA, it's a big part of their, is cure is not the right word, rehabilitation, right? So they kind of, apparently they need a higher power to help them get through it. So that's why I don't really like dishing.
Yeah. My dad was saying one of his clients, he was talking to his client, and guy was, typical story, down in the gutters, not doing well, and went to prison, found God, and now he turned his life around. He's got a family, all that stuff. And even since then, I've backed off talking about religion as much, just because I don't find it as interesting, the conversations that are had. But anyway, so I was still doing a lot more, and my dad was like, "Oh, you should have this guy on your channel." I'm like, "No, I don't. If this man's living his life, let him live his life. Just because I don't believe in what he does doesn't mean I want to take away his faith. Let the
Destroy
man
the poor
live."
man.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, I have no problem having the discussion if we're going to get into it. But like, that's the whole thing, is that I want to present, like, this is how I think about it. Essentially, what do you think about it? Not
Right.
this is the right answer and you're wrong.
And if you don't believe in what I'm saying, you're going to hell.
Yeah, that's.
Have you seen what's going kind of trending at the moment? Is that woman on, I think it's TikTok or somewhere, who rang around looking for baby formula from all these churches, and the first, and they all said no. And the first Muslim church she rang were willing to help her. Now, I've heard a comment that maybe she should have rang a few more, because one wasn't really a fair assessment of the situation.
The
Maybe,
Muslims, you mean?
yeah, maybe 1 out of 10 mosques would have accepted and 9 not, or who knows? We don't know, right? For this social experiment.
Yeah.
And
So
what
yeah,
city too?
I'm really surprised that any church from any religion would deny her.
yeah.
That's a shocker.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar with what we're talking about, there's a girl. I think I put a video out, definitely on my Twitter. But Nikayla, I think is her name, and she's just calling around, and she has a baby crying sound in the background, not a real baby, and she'll call and be like, "Listen, I just need 1 can of formula. I have a 2-month-old. He's been without. I've called everywhere. I think with the SNAP benefits and everything, people are out. Is there any way that you can help?" And there are a decent amount of churches who either are saying, yes, we have a food bank, or I'm not sure, but let me get some resources. But most of the churches are either just flat out saying no, or saying you have to be a member.
Wow.
And it's like, what?
Wow.
Even as an atheist, like, I still have respect for the communal value of what the church offers. But if they're not offering it, then
Yeah. Wow.
sad. I did see one video of someone saying that she is not posting all of the calls, and like, if she gets somebody to help, then she's not posting that. But I don't believe that, because she's put up a number of them that have helped. And she put out a video early on when she started this saying, like, look, I want to spread the positivity. So I'm more focused on the churches that say yes and saying thank you for saying yes, than ragging on the churches that are saying no.
Well, both are important, right? The both views are important.
Yeah.
It was what, 1 out of 5 she got? I think.
I don't know. I lost count, but I saw at one point she was at 9 no's and 44 or 9 yeses and 44 no's.
Wow.
So wait, Death
Death
was saying I thought it was an actual infant. That's bogus. It is a bogus child, but how does it change the principle of the experiment? Right? If you haven't signed up for the church's membership card, you can't be served. And that's someone else brought that up too, that a lot of the churches are saying you have to be an active member. And it's like, well, what exactly is an active member? Oh, you're tithing. You're paying us.
10%, baby.
You're sticking it in the money in the basket. Yeah. I mean, from a Christian point of view, right, so Mary and Joseph, I don't want to exclude anybody by just giving Christian examples, but that's all I know, unfortunately. Mary and Joseph went around looking for somewhere where Mary could give birth to Jesus, and she was denied at many places. And then one place said, well, you can sleep in the barn.
Barn, yep.
I think it's somewhere in the Bible that it's easier for a rich man to get through the eye of a needle, or it's easier for
the other way around.
It's easier for a poor person to get through the eye of a needle. Or I don't know.
It's easier for a poor man to get into heaven than a rich man to get through an eye of a needle. There you go.
There we go. Take a couple tries, but we got it. Quantag, thank you so much for hanging out. Very much appreciate you, and be here tomorrow. Make sure you guys hit if you're not already subscribed. I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but make sure you hit the bell too. I'm gonna keep in contact with Angry Amputee to make sure we know exactly what time the debate is, and we'll be there. We will be there. Good to see you, brother. Liberty Plus TV said, I'm in Canada and our taxes are over half your income when you factor in all taxes. And it's still quicker and easier to go to a charity than the government. This is kind of my broader point with society. We don't want the government. We don't want to just give everything over to the government because they suck at everything. And so whether that's morality or money or anything else, anything that we can keep the people, the better. And so that's why I'm frustrated for even the political optics of these churches not helping, because I do think that Christianity is a good force in society. I don't want there to be more rhetoric around how bad the church is. I'm more interested in the truth claims of the church, and because then if I come to determine, okay, I don't believe in that thing, it doesn't mean I think what you believe is bad. But it's hard not to get there with this.
Yeah, and there's a lot of these, I don't know what they call themselves, these television preachers who come up and they're getting their jets and they have 10 cars and they need everybody. God wants him to have a mansion.
Demons.
What was that guy who's like,
that crazy dude?
Oh, does anybody remember his name? I would love to pull that up. He's one of those
big eyes. Oh, the evil eyes. Yeah, I remember him.
With all his private jets.
I'm gonna search that. That might even pull it up.
So there's a TikTok or something where one of these preachers is saying, I need this new whatever car it was, and one of the audience said, can we drive it? And he goes, no. God wants me to drive it.
Exactly. Oh, here we go. Bam. Okay, give me 1 second here. We got that. Are we still sharing the screen here? I'm gonna go to here. And then we'll full screen.
Yeah, this is.
How are you, sir? We'd just like to ask you about why you don't want to fly commercial. Why have you said that you won't fly commercial? You said that it's like getting into a tube with a bunch of demons. Why do you think that?
No, listen to me just a second. Of course. Not the people. The main reason is because of the need. If I flew commercial, I'd have to stop 65% of what I'm doing. That's really the main.
Isn't it true?
So, That is not actually a ridiculous thing to say. Like Tim Pool has talked about this, about how there have been certain situations where, like, just because of the timing, like I have to be your show is at 2 and I have to be here at 9 or whatever. That just because I'm not, just because I'm saying I need the private jet for that, doesn't mean I'm saying I deserve more. It's just the logistics of being able to drive up to the plane. So that part is not necessarily wrong. But the fact that it's the vibes. It's the vibes. Like, bro, what are you doing?
And also, when you look at the whole situation, look at the car he has. I mean, what job? What's his second job that he does to afford that? Or are the people paid for that? So they're paying for this car. They're paying for his jets. I mean, what could he have done with that money? You know, would he have given that woman formula? Yeah, would he have given her formula? I wonder.
Definitely not. Definitely not. All right, yeah, let's see now is where it gets really creepy.
Of the need, if I flew commercial, I'd have to stop 65% of what I'm doing. That's really the main.
And again, fair point there.
Isn't it true that you want to fly commercial so that you can fly in luxury? How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Well, for example, that's really none of your business, but...
Isn't it the business of your donors?
Listen, I paid.
Stop the cap.
You kind of caught me off guard here, okay?
Certainly. Well, if you'd like to come out here, I'd like to give you a chance to catch your breath and have a conversation.
Watch the switch up in the eyes. Watch
Snake's coming out.
Yeah, we got normal eyes. I mean, he's fucking creepy already, but that's normalized.
Conversation. We don't want to catch you off guard.
I love Inside Edition. You got to get this now. Hey, you listen to me? My wife thinks Inside Edition is, oh yeah. Now, thank you, Lord. Help me. Let me pray this thing.
Well, let me just ask you a really simple question. A lot of people think it's unbecoming for a preacher to live a life of luxury and to fly around in private jets. What's your response to that?
Here we go.
Very simple. It takes a lot of money to do what we do. We have brought over 100, let's see, the latest figures just came out.
Why is there so much saliva in your mouth? Well, let me see.
Snake? 122 million people to the Lord Jesus Christ. Let me give you another example. Last May,
Here the eyes go.
I was scheduled for Lagos, Nigeria. That's a long ways. I had a week off, and I was scheduled for Peru.
Oh.
And I prayed about it, and I thought, I'm not missing that dedication in Jerusalem. Without the airplane that we have that I bought from Tyler Perry, and I didn't pay anywhere. And Tyler's one of the greatest guys. He made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help but buy it.
Well, my question then, okay, all right, but I want to get to the demons because people are very concerned about that comment.
Give me a chance here, Inside Edition. I love your eyes. And
talking about them
here's
eyes.
what happened.
He knows.
We flew in 21 days, 70 hours, 40,000 miles.
It's the angry
touched
smile.
5 continents.
The angry smile.
And preached face to face.
And the fingers coming out.
With 125,000 people.
Do you ever use your private jets to go visit your vacation homes, for example?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say no.
Again, getting back to the comment, you said that you don't like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did. We wrestle not with flesh and blood,
smile.
but principalities and powers.
Can you explain what you meant by that term then? Just explain, because it's really simple. You said you didn't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. What did you mean?
Well, let me ask you.
You know what, Indian Jesus? He has me convinced. Can you get one of your mods to put up his PayPal?
Yeah, right.
I'm ready to donate.
We need to help with the I didn't even get his name. What is his name? Kenneth Copeland. The Kenneth Copeland agency for getting rid of demons. I don't know.
Second jet fund. The man only has one jet, people. Come on.
Yeah. And I mean, Angry MBT, you're bringing up climate change. And I do, again, the fact that, like, it does make sense that there are places that you need to be, but that they don't do that online. Like, anything can be done online. And so they'll try to make the excuse. And, like, again, I'm not a climate change person like that. But, obviously, I don't think pollution is a good thing. And so lefties will bring this up. And it's like the issue isn't that, oh, well, this is how it is, so I have to fly there. It's that if you're so rich, then we shouldn't need to be doing this in person.
Right. And also his holiday homes. What's the need there?
Well, I just needed the demons to be away from my home.
Oh.
Wild. Like we said, Canada, climate change isn't happening fast enough. Yeah, right. It's let's go back to global warming. It's fucking like 30 degrees out here today.
I got 4 inches of snow in my backyard.
They said it might
Really?
snow here tomorrow. I'm really hoping it doesn't.
Oh, wow. Already?
Yeah. Northeast Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Jersey. Winter is here. I need to get out of this fucking state. I hate winter so much, but this is where I grew up, so it is what it is.
Apparently everybody goes to Florida.
Yeah. Well, my parents just moved to North Carolina, South Carolina. I always fucking forget. One of the Carolinas. I think it's South Carolina. One of them. And my dad and I started a laser tattoo removal practice. And he's retired, but he doesn't really know what that means. So he's bringing all the stuff down there and setting up. So eventually, I think that's going to be the move. Head to whichever Carolina it is, be a laser tech. Because the problem is in New Jersey, you have to be an actual medical doctor to use the laser. But in a lot of other states, you just need to be a laser tech.
I heard that in Florida, you can make $400 a snake for catching snakes, certain types of snakes.
400?
$400 a snake. It depends on the snake, I think. But it got me thinking, you get a chicken in a cage and just lay it there, and the noise of the chicken is going to bring all those snakes. You're going to go.
That's how they catch those big pythons and boa constrictors in the Amazon with a chicken and a net.
Yep. Hey, they're scary, but they're simple creatures. They are indeed simple creatures.
Sit there with a sniper rifle, just.
That's like I think it's Texas maybe or somewhere that they do the hog shooting from the plane.
Texas.
You're just up there. I would definitely do that. Hey, then you got a lot of pork.
Yeah, and taste.
They're running rampant there, I guess.
I'll take some.
They're pretty amazing, They're an amazing animal. Like, they're strong as hell. They're badass hogs. Really badass.
I think I heard two different things about like the difference between like farm pigs and like hogs. I know that at least within the next generation, that if you have a farm pig and then it's just out in the wild, the next generation, those pigs are going to grow up to be like, wild hogs. But I've heard that even that pig itself over time, if it survives.
Yeah, I've heard it too.
That's crazy.
I think it doesn't take that long. It's a couple of months and it will get its tusks and its hair. That's what I heard. I don't know how true it is, but
yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, really.
Mow them down.
But apparently,
what would that do to evolution then?
What do you mean?
If they can grow tusks and become from
hairy,
domesticated to back to feral animals in a couple months, what's that say with evolution?
Let me Google it before we continue. I guess.
We talk shit if we're wrong, then we're wrong. But if that is the case, then I think it's
pretty amazing.
It's a clear biological benefit to be able to adapt to your environment. And I would argue that that is the reason that humans are at the top of the food chain, not because we're the biggest, not even necessarily because we're the smartest, but because we have the ability to adapt. And that seems to be the number one thing that plays into evolution. There's like the tardigrades, the little I don't even know what the fuck they are, and they're not like single cell organisms, but they're like little small tiny bacteria-esque things. I don't know exactly what they do, but they can survive extreme temperatures. And so like if one is in a volcano, then the heat of that, they could they can endure that heat. And they also have things where they can essentially turn their bodies off. And so whenever, let's say the fucking volcano explodes, right? And then now the tardigrade is over here. Now it can just kind of like, okay, let's warm up and keep it moving, and vice versa. It could survive inside Arctic or Antarctic ice, and then when it melts, they're just good to go. So adaptability.
Yeah. ChatGTP says if a domestic pig escapes and survives in the wild, it can quickly develop many wild boar-like traits, but not become a true boar again.
Okay. Yeah. So the next generation definitely will be, but yeah, within very quickly, they're just like, all right, this is what we're doing now. This is what we're doing now. All right, gentlemen, we are just past the 2-hour mark, so I think I am going to close it down. Food Toy, since you were up first, anything that you would like to tell the people about the podcast or anything else? The floor is yours.
I'd like to say thank you for having me up. It was a great conversation, and I'll be back if you have me. And,
absolutely.
Good to see everybody. Good night. Thank you.
Take care, buddy. All right, man. So the last finishing touches on this argument, but I think you got it in the bag. Like I said, I was not on your side, and very quickly, with a few points, you switched me around. And
very good.
It's just a matter of having the situation where I only need one example. If I can give you one example of a relationship that is traditional and the woman is the breadwinner, then I win. Right. And same thing with Jim Bob. If I can show one instance of someone being rational and also not having a God belief, then I win.
Well, you're gonna have a little harder time with Jim Bob than I am.
Yeah, I still have to do a deep dive.
It's gonna be fun though, man. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Well, here's the other thing: is that I don't necessarily care about winning the debate. I don't think that he's smarter than me with metaphysics and stuff like that in general. So like I'm not going to be able, even if I am right, I'm not going to be able to articulate and so he's going to win the debate. My goal, especially because I don't really want to be debating this religious stuff, especially on the same channel. This is now 2 debates in a row where I'm the atheist guy. I don't want to be that guy. I want to have more political debates. But it is just going to be my swan song to the world, specifically the Crucible. Like, hey, if you guys understand the difference between a leftist and an atheist, I think we could all work together and we'll all be in a better spot.
Yeah, we do like to wrap you all guys into one.
Indeed.
I will admit it.
All right, brother. So I'm going to give you the floor. Let them know when, what time, where you're going to be, your channel, anything else that you want the people to know, sir. The floor is yours.
Thanks, everybody. Angry Amputee going to Speakeasy channel tomorrow, 7:30 or 8 o'clock. I'll send it in the Discord. I'm trying to start a channel. We'll see what happens with that, but hope you guys support me. Thank you, guys. Peace out.
Definitely, and we will be there. So yeah, check the Discord. Either way, I'll be live at 8 p.m. Eastern. If we go early, then I'll go live early. But they usually take some time to get into it anyway. So we'll be there for the full debate. All right, thank you, brother. You have a good one. All right. So, interesting. If I do that, then I have a little bit more space. Ooh, did I figure something out? Yeah. All right. So yeah, I'm very happy that we had this this opportunity to show the level of bullshittery when it comes to the argument of illegal immigration and not doing anything about it. Shout out again to Angry Amputee, always down to chat and to help. Yeah, I think it's just it's wild that people are this uninformed and this far removed and have these positions of privilege where it's like you can only think that because you're so far removed from the issue that you can't even see why what you're saying doesn't make any sense. Interesting times, guys. Interesting times. Thank you so very, very much for hanging out, guys. For if you are new here, please do hit that subscribe. We are live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or on the vertical. It's over here on the thing. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, and like right now, sometimes whenever I feel like it. And starting tomorrow, all of the streams will also be available on vertical. I'm not going to be doing the I'm not going to format it to help the vertical stream. It'll be, you know, more from here and here mostly, but you know, if that's what you prefer, then you'll enjoy it. So come on through. Big shout out again to all of the donations. Oh my goodness. Thank you. And of course, Unwanted Foe, our sponsor of the stream. Very, very much appreciate you guys. Look forward to hanging out with you tomorrow. And thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Once again, guys, this is Morty. Let me get him. And I am your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Until next time, guys, we are out of here. Peace.